Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the replay crew. If you guys show up later, I titled this "Take the Time to." What did I title it? Oh my God! Take the time to walk in the garden. But I think with what's going on right now, it's going to be take the time to walk in the smoke. I don't know if anyone saw my community post on how much smoke we have going on right now. We have a fire not too far from me as the Nazgul flies. I mean, there's plenty of orchards between me and it that it would have to go through first. But the smoke is going to be a major issue. My poor nose is terrible. Hey, Heather, how are you? I'm just sitting up here. I'm going to go through some pictures I took yesterday and a quick one this morning, which it's still the same view this morning of the wildfire smoke we got going on here. Our fire was started at a residence several miles away, but it just took off in this heat and this dry weather. It's they've put evac notices out. Level 3, go now. Yeah, I know. I've got to turn the AC on. I had to shut the windows because my poor Alexa Pures were just going bananas. I mean, I don't mind the smell of the smoke because it's, sadly enough, it smells like a campfire as our forest is burning. But yeah, it was so bad. My sinuses, my headache. I had to close the back window because that really strange orange light that comes in whenever we have fires, where you look like you're living on Mars. That was there goes my whole desk. That was really messing up with my sinuses, my head, my migraine. It's just ugly. So now I'm, oh my, watching a ball of Snickers' cat fur fly by. So if my phone goes off an alert, I wouldn't be surprised right here. Oh man, I need to look at Utah. I've looked at Oregon and I was like, holy cow. We got just here, we've got the Rimrock fire, which is driving is about 15 miles from me. I was at the Black something fire, which is over the hill from me, and then some. And then, so we got Rimrock here to the west, basically. The Black something to the north, and the Indian reservation to the south. It's on fire. So far, there's nothing to the east on fire. So, and I'm planning on taking the granddaughter to Rainier Friday. Chinook isn't closed, and that's the side I was planning on going. So we'll see if we can, because Highway 12, which typically would get me to the Paradise side of Mount Rainier. Yes, I did. Good Lord, I got to catch some of that on Oppenheimer Ranch Project last night. That had to have been scary as heck. Have exploding rocks rain down on you. I've never been to Yellowstone. It's one of the places I wanted to go, but when we went to Montana, it was just like we could go that way, and I'm like, I don't want to sit in this car any longer. I just want to go back to Washington. So we never got to go. Hubby's been when he was younger. They went to Yellowstone and then they got to enjoy it, but that's the one place I didn't go as a kid. We went to like Disneyland, Universal Studios, that kind of stuff. Pacific Science Center, OMSI. So yeah, never made it that direction. It was always just run down the coast because it's just easier for Washington just to go straight down the coast. No. Oh. I like Montana until you get out of the Rockies. My birth mother used to live in Laurel, which is by Billings. That is one boring drive. Oh my God, it is so flat. From someone I was born in Spokane, was born in Spokane, adopted by the folks who lived Coeur d'Alene, and then we moved down to Walport, Oregon, which is the mountains right up to the ocean, and then Sweet Home, which was up in the mountains. And then in the dark, they moved me to the lower Yakima Valley when I was 5, and I woke up to flat and no trees. I was pissed. So yeah, I got to Montana. Though I did like the no speed limit. That was nice. I mean, my Mercury Sable would, I forget, peg out at about 90, but it still kept going. So when you did have to slow down, you've got your foot off the gas and your pen's not moving. It's just staying there for a while till it finally starts going. That was fun. That was really fun. But yeah, I took the one trip to Montana, and that was to see my birth mother. And that the next time she came up and see me a couple times because it was easier for her, 2 people, to come up rather than take a family of 4 on that drive. And boy, did I get chewed out when I went through and stayed the night at Wallace, Idaho. But I didn't tell my aunt Evelyn that we were there. I didn't want to bother her. I didn't want to put her out. It's just her and Uncle Johnny at the time. Hi, we're going through. Can we stay with you? I couldn't do that. And so, yeah, I got my ass chewed for it when they found out that I'd been in Wallace without telling them. So, but and I think I got to see her this spring, probably for the last time. So she was my dad's sister. My dad's brother, I don't even know if it registered in his head that his own brother's gone because of the Alzheimer's has got him. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. I've been through Utah. I was in 8th grade, but I've been through Utah. And the neatest place was Spanish Pass. That was so pretty before the slide. Yeah. I remember that trip because we were going to Vegas to my aunt's. I gained 8 pounds that week because all we did was eat junk food out of my mother had her something paper she had to write for college. So Dad's like, okay, we'll just go down spring break. We'll take you kids and we'll go down to Vegas. And 10 pounds eating junk food right out of the gas stations. That was before they had delis. And found a place where the pops were so old in the machine that you pulled them out and they still had the pull tab. I'm surprised, we didn't have any tetanus issues with that. But yeah, it was fun. Went through Utah, Colorado, Pueblo, down into whatever comes first. I think it's New Mexico first, and then Arizona, and then up to Nevada in the snow. I did not know it snowed in Albuquerque, but it does. So, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find my community page has a couple of pictures I took last night. Let's see. Let's see, Windows. Let me go to my downloads really quick and open them up. Get them all open so it's way easier. Yeah, I was watching Wages World last night, and I went just to see what the smoke looked like, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab my camera and get pictures of the sun." I think I opened this one already. I think. But back to here. So, watch. Where did it go? I walked out. Hey, between the cracks, it's good to see you. What am I sharing now? Okay. That was last night. As it's coming through. At first it just looked like it was on the other side of the school, and we're like, oh shit, that's not good. And then we find out not only is the other side of the school, it's the off the plateau and down some. But that's what wrong one. Where was I? Now I gotta find it again. Well, let me go to that. No. I'm still learning this thing. I gotta find the other picture. Where did it go? Can't find you. That's nighttime. No. Okay, it's in here somewhere. When we first walked out. There it is. Where am I at? When we first walked out, it was this is what we saw. We saw that. So that's why there's a school right there. We just thought, no, looks like it's on the other side of the school. So it had, and maybe 10 minutes before I went out and got that pic, there a fire truck went by. So I just thought it was the other side of the school and that field on the other side, and then I started getting on. Yeah, I started getting on the Facebook and to find out what's going on, and then found an app that gives us when all the evacuation notices come out and everything else like this. And where's the other one? Wish there was an easier way to do this, and I'm sure there is. I haven't figured it out yet. So I popped out and got this picture. Wherever, okay. Back to where I went. Through the neighbor's tree next door, the sun of it coming through. Because I thought it looked neat, and I sent it to Mark because he was doing a show last night. So I went out and snapped a couple of pictures, and there's another one I should send it to Mr. Mr. MBB for his sky pictures he does. So especially that one. That's how, I mean, I was kind of hoping I could maybe even see a sunspot or two, but you know, like it was shaded that I could see them, but I couldn't. But it's amazing what that, whether it be the light waves that come through or just the filter between the clouds, the orange smoke, orangish brown smoke to make this pink. You'd never guess that was our sun. Hey, Slow Mo, how are you? Um, yeah, you'd never guess that was our sun, but that's how thick and it got. It's still terrible. So let's see if I can find another one that I took. I said there's got to be a faster way to do this. This was last night. You could it for some reason, luckily most of the night it just skirted around us. But oh boy, I bet. I bet. I've seen those camps more times than I ever want to. And I'm pretty sure right now they're at Oak Creek where they feed the elk. I'm pretty sure they're all scattered out there. But usually if it's Chinook, they're scattered at the old ranger station partway up. We had the Schneider Spring Fire that kind of went both passes, Chinook and White, and we had firefighters that came in from Puerto Rico. We had a team that came in from Puerto Rico, and those guys did wonderful. Over 100,000 acres burned, and no structures were lost. So now, if I go out and I look at my front door now, this is what I get to see. I was going to take another picture, but I was like, really? It has not changed. No, you just can't breathe. Way over here is Clemens, that mountainous hill that we can see. We can't see it. For a little while this morning up in here, you could see some blue, but now you can't. You can't see anything. So just smoke. And I feel bad for the people who can't breathe. So yeah, I get all this close so I get back to where I was. But yeah. I mean, we got people who it's getting close. It should be getting close to pear season. So we got workers who are out in the field breathing this shit. Oh man, that's a tough job. There's every now and then you'll see people on either a short or Facebook or whatever, and you'll see these firefighters are doing what they call back burning. Ahead, so they're basically ahead of the fire, so the fire will stop. And you get these people, oh my God, they're purposely setting the fires. And I'm like, oh my God, get out of the city. Go to the woods, learn something. It's just like, no, they're not setting it on fire. Well, they are, but they're not making it any worse. They're trying to stop it. So, yeah, exactly, Slow. Very much so. When we had the Schneider Spring Fire up here, I mean, I think some places still have the signs up, the big signs, the big banners they will have made. It's like sign places, and it says, thank you, firefighters. So, yep, they do. They just, um, they just make an assumption. And if you ever remember the old Bad News Bears, I don't know if they did it in the remake version, where Walter Matthau's standing there at the chalkboard and he tells the team to never assume anything, and he puts a line through it because it will make an ass out of you or me. So that was one of the things I remembered from watching the Bad News Bears as a kid. I love that show. That was a great movie. And what was it? Jackie Earl Haley, the bad guy kid on the motorcycle, is the same actor who played Rorschach in shoot. It wasn't Mystery Men, it was that other one. That different superhero movie kind of thing. I don't remember what it was called. Darn it. It's not like I can holler at my kid. He's A, doesn't live here, and B, he's at work right now, so it's not like I can go, what is that? Because there was a gal in yellow. Darn it. Hey, Bradley, optometrist. I'm trying to put off going to mine till like the end of December. I got enough contacts to do it, so that because it redoes yearly, first of the year, so I can go at the end of the December, get my contacts for the year, and then come the 1st of January, they can order me fresh glasses. Oh, thank you. This was quite a bit, not so much for me pain-wise, but for my poor artist. Every time Tim sees me, he's just like, oh no, now what? I have to get in there and get like, this is for mother. This is my arm don't bend that way. But a rose with barbed wire. Something I did on Night Cafe, the AI art, and I can't draw to save my life. And Tim's like, okay, don't be offended. He goes, if we come out and say, please don't bring us your AI art. I mean, he could do this because it was really simple. And he knocked it out of the ballpark. But he's like, yeah, so if our Facebook page or something says, don't bring, don't have those expectations. I said, yeah, it is expensive skin. He said, don't be, and I have to turn the heat on. I forgot to turn the air conditioner on. I just turned the fan on, so I got to turn this thing on here. Because I guess people think, well, okay, well, I did this in AI art. You can do this on my skin. No, they can't. For my wrist, I need, because basically this side of my body is just for family. I'm going to run out of room eventually because I've got brothers and two. Well, I got two sisters I don't talk to, so I don't give a shit there. I have two brothers I talk to. So I want an Irish clover for this side. And then eventually to cover this up, for Bradley, I want a Mjolnir. Probably similar to the one I got on now with the two ravens. So exactly. Like I said, I got lucky with this one. Because all it was a rose with barbed wire around it, because my mom had this thing she did something, and maybe I should have wrote it down, but I didn't really care. Listen, when she would talk about it, about Sister Teresa, the little flower. Oh, hey Sandy, how are you? Drop your link, Sandy, please. And she hates tattoos, and for the abuse she suffered as a child, thanks to older men, and then basically translating all that to me, I was her punching bag. I put the barbed wire around it, and I made sure it was good size because she hated tattoos. So yes, to the menagerie. So eventually I want to get my arms finished, kind of. I mean, my back's done, and yeah. Here, and I lecture my kid, don't overdo it because you're gonna run out of room. But I think it was Brazzy who made a really good point. better get them done sooner than later because our skin isn't getting any thicker. So, yep, yeah, yeah. My dad never said anything, but I knew he wasn't a tattoo person. It was just, he wasn't thrilled when the boy showed my my oldest has got them on his neck. He did the Flash, like the Sailor Jerry Flash style tattoos. That's what his body's done in. I think he's got one leg that I don't think anything's on yet. No, scratch that. I think he might have something on his thigh. But he's got his arms, his knuckles, his fingers, his hands, his feet. Um, he's got a bird on his neck. I mean, no, none at all. He goes, I can't find anything I want to permanently put on my body. So yeah, he's like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. But whereas both my boys, our ears are gauged and I don't have any piercings other than that. But yeah, I think that would hurt. It was bad enough the spine. I mean, they were working on my spine and my leg started moving by itself. So yeah. Yeah, and he's got an empty space in his elbow. He goes, my oldest is like, yeah, no, not doing the no. I said, don't blame you. I heard it hurts really bad. But I want to get, I can't decide because I wear so many rings if I want it up here or down here, but definitely one of the things I want across my fingers is 1776. So yeah, that's what I heard. And man, my youngest is just his one whole leg. And then what's not tatted, with any design are those little stars, to kind of fill it all in and pull it together. And I'm like, and here I'm just, Tim looks at me and goes, like, especially like that face and stuff, looks at me like, you want me to what? I'm like, yeah, just do Bast with a human face and a cat body. Yeah. We were up at the Forest Service cabin and there's locks. There's lock boxes for the key and the gate and everything else. And so when we left, we scrambled them all to 1776. So yeah, one of these days I'm going to put out a video. I don't know if I'll put comments on it or not, but it might not be very popular, but it's the way I'm seeing things going. But the fact that most people won't wake up from their hypnotic trance they're in. It's like I tell the daycare kids, there's a reason this thing is called a cell phone. Because it has your mind trapped in its own prison cell. So, yeah. It's so I don't know which direction this is not how I expected my old age to pan out. Though the only thing I've hoped for in my old age to come is maybe I could see a UFO more than the couple I've seen, to actually really, really see one before I croak. So I'm looking at about a 20-year span we have left, if I'm lucky. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to see when I was younger, when I got old. Good, Sandy. Awesome, Sandy. Yeah, let's show her some love. Get her up in subscribers. What is it? I used to have a theory that the grays that come in are us time traveling, going back to see what we did and if it can be fixed. Because usually, what is it? The idea is as people evolve, their brains get bigger, they don't use their body as much. Well, look at a gray. Big brain, big eyes. Yeah. That would be cool. Oh, sweet. That will be awesome, Sandy. No. By then I'll have, well, I'll have the kids, Monday through Wednesday, but I'll be back to my regular schedule where I'm alone most of the day. Because Hubby will be back into work, and it's amazing to think 3 months have gone by. But yet, I'm also thinking everything I wanted to get done, I still don't have my curtains up. They're still in their little plastic wrapping bags they came in my closet. So, yes, I believe time can bend. And someone, I don't remember what I was watching, someone made a comment about time being tied to gravity. And I don't remember how they put it, but I was like going, that's an interesting take on it. Because I think time only exists, in the 3D realm. There is no, once you get into the other frequencies, it's not there. But, and I do know one thing though. Remember the game Portals? I don't know if it's still out anymore. My kid had that on his bedroom. He had a 42-inch screen playing Portals, and I'm standing there watching him, and I about threw up right then and there. Yeah. But yeah, time seems to, it's just weird how it slows down as we go faster. And I can't, so I always think it's just got to be strictly here in just this frequency we're at now. But I wonder if time still exists if we're in a toroid? That thing that looks like an 8, kind of. Yeah. If it exists in there, if, people, we finally can travel in that stuff. Yeah. It's another reason I'm not afraid to die. I mean, I ain't looking to do it right now, though sometimes my irregular heartbeat tells me otherwise. That there's more to this, and it just can't be, because it's like, I love the idea that everything's going on at once, but we're only aware of it where we consciously are right now. If we were, oh yeah, I think there's, and because I think there's way more than this. Another reason my goal is to die unaltered. And I've been, I tell the kids, the daycare kids, because they're 8 and 12, I said, because they're the generation that's going to have more of the brain chip plants, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like going, okay, now remember, what happens when something short circuits? So you have a little explosion, don't you? Or a spark or a fire or something. What if you got something inside your brain and that short circuits? And I said, you're done. You'll have a small reaction, explosion, or whatever inside your brain. You're done. I said, they're training you kids early. You get used to something to, you got your watch, which I wish I didn't have this damn thing, but I got to keep track of my heart rate. I looked in those rings and they were like $100 and some. I wouldn't mind going to an actual watch again. But then you have the phone that some people have. They panic if they don't have their phone. Yeah. I think the only alterations I might end up with is a pacemaker. And I don't want that right now, because I guess if you start working out and you start hiking and your heart rate goes up, it kind of has a problem with it. you got people used to their phone, and then it's going to go to the next thing, and it's going to go to the next thing, and then pretty soon you've got implants, you've got this. No, I don't want that. I want to die a natural human. And it's another reason I didn't go and there's a fruit fly in here. Go and get any. Didn't I get juiced? Let's say, let's just call it juiced. Or the squirts. I didn't do that. And they keep trying at the pharmacy to have me take the shingle shot. And I'm like, no, I don't even get the flu shot. But if it's just a traditional one where it's the dead version, I'll probably take it because I saw how miserable my son was when he had shingles. So, and then what was it? Telling my glasses on, my eyeballs are starting to go cross-eyed. My youngest, he was like talking about getting his daughter, because he didn't want her to have shingles, the chicken pox shot. And I'm like, there we go. That's a little easier. Maybe I won't get so dizzy. I said, yeah, you give her the shot. You know how that works. So basically the body thinks she's had chicken pox. So then down the road, she can still have possible for shingles. Whereas if you don't give either one of them, if you don't give her that shot, you don't expose it to her, she never has it. She's never at risk for shingles. That was a little much for him to take in because, oh yeah, I'm not either. I'm not so much an anti-vaxxer as I am this anti-suspension fluid. You give me some dead measles in saline, fine, not a problem. Not a problem. Or even, but it's all the other shit they put in that suspension fluid. And like our generation, we had maybe 9 at the most. Well, they've divided it up to make it gentler on the children and more money for the doctor because the poor parents have to come in over and over again. And so, yeah, they're getting a weaker virus, but the gazillion times more in those. Do you really need thimerosal in it? Do you really need acetone in it? I'm allergic to thimerosal. So, yeah. I babysit, but I wasn't. My doctor looked at me with all my health problems, goes, no, you don't. No. This is not a good idea at all. So I'm like, no, I'm cool. I said, they actually come out with it 7 to 10 years from it the way it's actually supposed to be. I'll think about it. But now I have natural immunity. So, but yeah, I stopped the boys because when they were in school, because it was just like, well, if they're around this or this, well, I'll wait till they're around that to do it. Because if they're never around somebody like with hepatitis B or whatever job they choose, then no need to. So, yeah. My doctor is independent. No attachment to a hospital, where a lot of doctors are nowadays. So my doctor we'll do herbal first, natural first, before we go on to anything else. And, which is fabulous. I prefer that. I mean, red rice yeast instead of Lipitor. I'm not taking any cholesterol medication anyway when it comes down to it. But yeah, the doctor took the 1 J&J, and so did Keith. I was pissed. I said, just wait. It's not there. It's not going to be required. Just wait. Just hold on. Just wait. He did it anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, we're in Washington. But the doctor looked at hubby and says, our immune systems are now compromised. And so, but my doctor also gave me, both of us, when we got it, horse medicine. We had a pharmacy who would dispense it. We don't involve the insurance, because at that point it was, oh God, no, we can't do this. I was better in 4 days. I think the worst part of it was the body aches. Oh my God, those were miserable. Oh my God, especially when you have fibromyalgia. Oh man. Yeah. I'm tempted to go back occasionally and just tell doc once in a while, I'll take some, just, in case the body's picked up weird things, walking in the woods could end up with a parasite or whatever. I don't know, So I felt pretty good after I got done taking that. So, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound like she really was. My double jab kid, who went out and got it right away. His heart was in the right place, and he had zero. Both of the boys went and got it together. Had zero reactions, nothing. So I'm pretty sure from the beginning they got the placebo. So I always laugh. I said, well, my double jab kid gave it to my single jab hubby, who gave it a no jab wife. They were sick for like 3 weeks. I was sick for 4 days. So, yeah. I mean, I'm the only one. And I always laugh with my in-laws. I said, well, somebody here's got to be the control group, don't we? Yeah. I know. I know. I always laugh at the fact that didn't the president say, if you get the shot, you won't get sick. And I'm like going, I really don't think he's got COVID at the moment, though. But yeah, yeah. Daughter got it after her shot. I didn't get it again. I think hubby got it again. I didn't get it again. Well, actually, he got it. I think he got it originally in December of 19, and I never got it. I take so many supplements. I don't need food. The amount of supplements I take, what is it? I take zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D, and I go outside and I get fresh air, and I haven't. The last flu, and I never got diagnosed with the flu, but I'm pretty sure I had it, was that winter before H1N1 became an issue. And I personally think tourists during spring break brought it down to Mexico, where it got worse. And then it kind of exploded after that. And I think a lot of it happened with the tourism, but I was miserable for about a week. I was pretty much chewing Dayquil capsules just to get through the day. But I'm trying to, I would love to get off some of my medications, but my heart pill, I never can. And with my Qulipta, if they don't go generic, or I can't get my doctor to convince my insurance company that it works, I don't need to go to a neurologist. I don't need to try all this other shit. But why would I, to jump the hoops so I can take something that I know actually works for my migraines? I mean, I got a smoke headache right now, but I don't have the migraines. But yeah, so, and then the end of the year at $1,300 a month. Luckily, I'm on a program I get it for free from Qlipta for the first year. I'll be done with that one, unfortunately, because like I say, it works. My eyeballs are going cross-eyed. This is so much better. So that'll be one less medication I have. Ideally, I'd like to get off the pain medication, not because of the fact that it's a pain medication. It's the fact that I've been on it for 15 years and I don't know the long-term effects of what it's doing to my system. So, and then if I get into better shape, don't need the pain medication, then I won't retain water, hopefully, so I won't need my Lasix, then I won't need my potassium, and then, if I could just get that under control. But I'm menopausal and I like to eat. So it's been tough because hubby's been home for 3 months, and so he kind of been treating his stay like it's like a weekend, so that we need to have breakfast and we need to have lunch. We need to have dinner, whereas I'm by myself till he could come from work. I've had maybe a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant from Jimmy Dean. That's all I'd eat during the day. Gave me my protein. I have a protein drink, and yeah. So hopefully once he goes back to work, I can lose a little bit more weight. So, but yeah, I mean, I've said several times how I feel about Big Pharma. I'm a believer if you got a side effect, that's your body saying, hey, you've been poisoned. And after watching the Why Files, evidently, is it the American Medical Association? I think, is that the one the doctors are in? Kind of. That started out as a union. Like, interesting. And how medical schools, because of grants and rich people telling them how to run their schools if they want any money, herbalists, stuff like that weren't considered, those kind of schools weren't considered medical schools. So, people were, here, take this pill, here, take that pill, and instead of, here, and your chest hurts, let's ground up some mullein and have some tea, and we can expector it out. And, I need to look and see if my mullein is still growing in the area in front of the end of the yard. I had one that was starting to grow, and then I'm not sure why the city decided to do this, but they decided to check all our fire hydrants. Well, it flooded that area where the mullei's in, so I need to go out and see. Snickers, I don't know where she's at. If it's still there, I don't want to go out in the smoke. But yeah, we're just waiting. Yep, that's what family it was. The Rockefellers. I couldn't remember which one. So now we're just waiting to see what happens in our local area. If people the next it's about a 3-mile drive to Cowiche. If they have to evacuate, because they're on a level 2 evac of get ready. And I think I have it here. It won't affect me where I'm at, but let's see if I can find that picture. It will. It's because it's a panorama. No. Oh yeah, this is this was the last notification we got for that area around the fire. Yeah. So it's these guys here. it's going to go that direction if it goes anywhere. I know I had it. I thought I sent it to myself. There it is. Okay. If it goes up that direction, this will go. It's probably creeping up this as we speak now. It's too windy. I can't put up my drone, so yeah. Why do I think I heard of that? What the hell do you pay for a rain tax? That's natural. That's what it's supposed to be. Oh my God. Yeah, I'd heard about that. But I was just like, I mean, here we can, even if in Washington, we can collect rainwater. We can't collect it out in the forest, because as dry as our land is, but if it rains and you want to collect it in your yard, great. But yeah, this area out here will go, and that's why they say to people way over there, if something happens, then they have to evacuate, because this will go up like that. Yeah. I mean, and if it does go up like that, I already have it printed out in a panoramic picture. I can go see this where the fire was, and this is what it looked like before the fire hit. So, no, God, I'm so tired. I didn't get any good sleep last night. I'd wake up and I'd think of the fire, and I'd go look out the window, and I think I finally fell asleep but it didn't smell till about 4 or 5 this morning. Then it started smelling like campfire. So problem. Yeah, no kidding. The way California, I thought you guys would be, just skating now with all that snow and water you guys got. I don't know how they handle it down there. What was it? Thinking of rain and handling, and my brain then went to dams and irrigation and whatnot. I guess whatever big dam in China, is it the Yangtze River? Whatever dam that is getting either. What did Pastor Paul say? Some of the floodgates are open so they could release some of the water, but it's going to get to the point where they have to release more water, but there's villages and stuff down that way. And then we had Ethiopia had a slide. What was it? 220 people missing. So I've been trying to stay away from anything that's political. It just gives me a headache right now. All it does is give me a major headache. So I've been watching stuff like Pastor Paul Begley, or going through and rewatching the Y Files just for something to watch. Watch a compilation that keeps my brain busy for 2 hours. Because I don't have any of the streaming service things on my phone. So we've been watching Ozark. That's a wild ride. Eventually I want to watch The Boys. I have 2 seasons I need to catch up on. I didn't realize there was a 3rd season out until they put out a 4th season. So After I get done with here, I gotta go fold more clothes, put it into the closet. Yesterday, after I was done with here, I got to go sort through my ethanol fuel because some of them, sometimes they don't always stay put. Well, they're liquid. The seal doesn't always stick tight, so sit there and sort the ones that are tightly sealed, repack them back in the box, and take the ones that are kind of loosely sealed. I'll use them first. But, I wish we could have a rain right now. It's not going to happen. It's supposed to be 70 tomorrow. Even if it got cold enough for a dew point, that would be great so that we could take some of the smoke particles out of the air. But I don't see that till probably September. And I hope, God, I hope this is taken care of by then. Because it hits the sagebrush, and we lose a lot of sagebrush because it takes hundreds of years for that stuff to grow. Level 2. Daughter just sent it to me. I'm thinking she's talking about the one for the canyon up there. Got some interesting people who live up in that canyon. Some nice cabins up there, some really nice cabins, and then there's some people like I know I know a couple, provided he's still alive, that live in a bus. We were four-wheeling up there one time, and I was working at the store, and when we came down, Ed had to open the fence for us, and I told him he did that when I was at work when he came in grocery shop, and he goes, "Did I pull a gun on you?" I said, "No, Ed, no. Because if you would have pulled a gun on me," I said, "I would have took it from your hand and beat you with it. That's what I would have done." And he's like, starts laughing and goes, "Oh, okay." Yes. Mm-hmm. Figures the only person from my tribe is what we used to call the crazy Indian that had no two front teeth, that Ed would drank a lot. And I mean a lot. But yeah. From the Yaqui tribe, the only one I know is Ed. Crazy Ed. Oh, yeah. I gotta go finish that. No kids tomorrow. I'll go to get the baby tomorrow afternoon. Go take her grocery shopping so she can have her Cheetos. And I have a Costco sized bag of cheese sticks. So she has her string cheese. And she was mad at me last time because we got her as a surprise. So I didn't have any waffles. I didn't have any Cheetos. I had one cheese stick. So yeah. So I'm gonna get going. Hour's almost up. Oh, it's not good. Okay. Gonna go message daughter and ease her mind a little bit so she knows there's too many orchards to get through to us to where it's a problem for us. If anything, we'd just be trapped up here. That sucks. I mean, it's like I always said, my dad made sure I had everything I need to feed myself. If it walks, if it flies, if it swims, I have everything I need to feed myself. But and it sucks. It's the actual law-abiding citizens who suffer because the criminals don't give a shit. And now you see these signs of, this is a gun-free home. To me, that just translates into, go ahead and rob me. Nothing's going to happen. So, a sheriff's deputy that told us one time, if something happens and you accidentally shoot them in your yard, drag them in the house before you call the cops. So, yeah. I kind of worry about Canada, but hopefully you'll get rid of the little Fruit Loops you got over there. The Prime Minister, Mr. Blackface. And yeah. Yep. Exactly. I know people are just like, oh, should be safe. Oh, hell no. That's the least places I want to go. All right, guys. I love you all. Get off here so I can go ease her mind. You know, like I said, the worst thing is I could be trapped up here for a while. But we only got a few ways to get down the plateau, so. But my goal is to be back here tomorrow. Maybe I can have some better news of what's going on outside my door. Hopefully. I'm not crossing my fingers, and hopefully now y'all cross your fingers because, well, I bought a Nighthawk router. I didn't realize it wasn't a router modem, so I took it back and I got a new modem. So hopefully I can get that put in today and it actually works for tomorrow. If all else fails, I just take my phone, set it on the porch, and just hotspot from my phone to my computer and hope no one steals my phone. So, all right, guys, I love you all. I'm going to get off here and go fold towels and put stuff away into the closets and just have a grand old time while the kids play Fortnite. All right, guys, I love you all. I will talk to you later. Now, if I can find out where the doodad is, let's make it out of here.
Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.